Good morning. My name is Butch Mitchell. I'm here at the home of Denise Barron Nemeth and Ed, who's off camera. And the purpose for this video this morning, quite honestly, folks, is to ask you for your help. I was speaking with Denise a month ago, and we're going to share her story with you in a moment. And I said, let's ask your friends and family and the people that care about you for help. And she says, I can't do that. And I said, why? And she says, I just don't feel comfortable asking people for help. And I said, Denise, the people that love and care about you, your friends, want to help you. And they want to know how they can help you. And in asking people for help, you're letting us help you, your family, and your family needs you. And people that care about you and love you need you. So actually, letting us help you is doing us a favor. So with that said, we want to get into the story. I'm sure some of you are familiar with the story that Denise and Ed have gone through over the last few years, but I saw Denise in the hospital when she was there for Ed, and I said, and she is supporting Ed as he was going through all the things that he was dealing with, and I saw her in the hospital and she was having trouble walking. So Denise, tell me a little bit about what you're going through, sweetie. Right now I noticed that you're doing some trembling. What's that all about?
Well, I was diagnosed with Lyme last year, and from the Lyme I had about 20 different symptoms. And I went on medications, and I went through the typical medical regime of doing antibiotics for 8 months. And I got rid of about 16 of my 20 symptoms, and I'm down to 4, which is the tremors. I said I can't walk, and then I have high anxiety, which really is not befitting to a meeting planner to have anxiety. And then I have, what's my 4th one?
Forgetfulness. 4th symptom is forgetfulness.
Yeah, there you go. Can't remember. Anyways, so what it is it's neurological Lyme is what they're terming it. But now the recent finding is it could possibly be mold toxicity. And so...
Say that again, it might be what?
Mold toxicity.
Oh, okay.
Where I have a high allergic reaction to molds because the sensitivity of the Lyme has ruined my immune system, which is typically what Lyme does.
Okay.
It's an immune system reaction. So right now, I haven't been able to get these 4 symptoms resolved. I could mask it and take, Parkinson's drugs, but that doesn't get rid of the symptoms completely. So I'm trying to find alternate solutions, and I have a clinic in Florida that I'd like to go to that can correct all these issues that I have.
So the clinic in Florida, how does insurance play a role in that?
Unfortunately, insurance doesn't cover that. I have medical insurance, and none of it covers that. It's all out of pocket. Most of all the Lyme doctors I've gone to see are out of pocket. The medical insurance, I went to infectious disease doctors through my insurance policy. I went to neurologists, been to general practitioners. But actually, they sent me to a psychiatrist because they thought that I was mentally unstable, because they thought it was all in my head that I was making up all these symptoms. So that was quite amusing. And so they resolved that. One said, oh, you're stressed out, do yoga. And I'm like, I've been doing yoga for 2 years, this isn't working. It was quite comical. But anyways, no, my insurance won't cover the treatments that I want to go for. So I'm going to need to find ways to get that funding together, which I just don't have the money right now.
So that's what this is about, right?
Right.
And there's going to be a link or some information at the end of this video where you'll be able to go in and make a donation on behalf of Denise. But I wanted to get out there on the table what we're asking for this morning. But I also wanted to for you to share some of the stories. There was one story that you guys shared with me this morning that was quite humorous. It was when Ed was in the hospital. You might want to share a little bit with what Ed was going through.
Well, probably all of you know by now that Ed, as on July 27th at 9:30 at night, I had to rush him to the hospital because he couldn't breathe. At which point then they diagnosed him with abiotrophia, which is a rare bacteria. Actually, only 100 cases, known cases in the United States have been recorded. So he's the 101st patient to ever have this rare bacteria, and it went into his heart and ate up his valves. So he was in intensive care. He was on life support for 3 days. And during that time with my Lyme, and you could see the high anxiety, like right now I'm shaking just talking about this. What happens is that I would cripple up. My body would just tense up and I couldn't do anything. I called for the elevator came, and I would scuffle in. Anyone who remembers Laughing, who as old as me remembers Laughing, the little old lady that would walk along and couldn't walk very well? That's me in the hospital. So I'm shuffling into the elevator, and the elevator's packed full with people. Well, I walk in and I'm facing the whole group of people, and I couldn't turn around. My legs froze, and I'm standing there looking at these people having to go down the elevator. Next thing you know, the elevator stops, and in order to get out, people were waiting for me because I was the last one in. I couldn't turn around, so I had to back out of the elevator. And they're all looking at me like, what the hell is wrong with you? You should be in the hospital. So anyways, it's been quite a journey, and my inabilities really harm what I can do with life. And it's been stressful on me because I can't do the things I need to do. Especially, I have a handicapped daughter, which all of you know, and she's a quadriplegic, nonverbal, and she needs my care. I can't lift her, I can't change her, I can't feed her, I can't do anything for her. And I said, now Ed's in the same situation. He can't do anything because he had open heart surgery. So you have these two parents who are both disabled, dealing with a child who's disabled that we can't take care of. And I said, it's really disheartening. It's like, more as I say it, it's really pathetic, because what are we to do? We can't do anything. So I have to hire people, and then there he goes, the finances out the door, because I have to hire people to do everything for me. I've been real blessed that I have a really phenomenal group of friends here in my life that have helped me. The church has helped out. They bring us food. While Ed was in the hospital for the past 3 months, they brought us dinner 3 times a week, which has been wonderful. They had to have people come over and help walk Rebecca around the block because I can't walk her around the block. And Ed can't push her around the block now either because of his heart condition. So it's been really, 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 really trying that I can't take care of what I need to do in life. I can't take care of my family, and that's the most important thing to me.
That's what this video is about, is asking you for help. I told Michelle, my wife, that we were on our way to do this video this morning, and before I leave here, I'm giving you a check for $500 to start it off.
Thanks so much.
You've always been there for so many people, and it's time for us to be there for her and for Ed. Thank you very much for listening. Bye-bye.
As Mark Twain once said, rumors of my demise are greatly exaggerated. Hi, I'm Ed, Denise's husband, and I just want to let you know what she did for me last summer. She saved my life twice, even though it greatly injured her health. When I was in the hospital, in the first hospital with congestive heart failure, infection of my heart, she fought with the hospital to get a cardiologist to look at me, which they didn't succeed in doing. When that didn't happen, she worked a miracle and within an hour had me moved to another hospital that specialized in cardiology. The doctor did all the tests, and when the tests were done, told us that I needed heart surgery, replace a lot of valves, and that I had a 20% chance of survival. And Denise just stood there stoically to help me. After that, things went downhill. The first time she saved my life was move me from the first hospital to the second hospital because I would have died there, literally. The second time was I was struggling in the second hospital, Mercy General, and the nurses were not paying attention to my symptoms. Denise took a video and went to the heart surgeon and showed the heart surgeon my struggles. And instead of waiting a week and a half to kill the bacteria for the heart surgery, he said, "Oh my God, we have to do surgery tomorrow morning because he's going to die." And Denise did this. When I got out of the surgery, I left on life support. Denise spent 24/7 with me while taking care of the house, while taking care of the kids, while taking care of Rebecca, and she took care of me, sitting in a chair, sleeping in a chair next to my bed. All of this weighed heavily on her during the couple months that I was away from home, where she had to take care of all the things at home, including replacing a broken air conditioner, taking care of the insurance problems from a tree that fell on a house, and yes, there's more. But Denise did all this to take care of me, and it greatly injured her health during the time. She couldn't do all the things that were required to help herself, and the stress with taking care of me was tremendous. So just to remind you who Denise is and what she does, that's my wife, Denise. I love you, dear. Thank you. For those of you who saw last year's video with Denise asking for your prayers and support, we greatly thank you for all this outpouring of support you gave us. And I personally really need to thank everybody for all that you've done, all the prayers, all the support that got me through my crisis. You truly, honestly made a difference. It's hard to understand unless you're on the other side like I was. But you all have been wonderful. Whatever you decide to do here, we just thank you for all the support and just listening to us and giving us the moral support, the prayers, and everything else. Thank you. Have a blessed day.